Hello! Episode 3. We're on a roll here. Look at us go. Woo! This week, the very first episode of In the Corner, in Another Corner. First show on the road. This episode, we went to the Warner Brothers Studio London tour of the making of Harry Potter. Very exciting. Also this week, I'm pretty excited to say, I understand I'm late to the party, but I finally got Netflix. I started watching a TV show this week that is going to be turning 27 this year. It's been around for a while. Everybody knows it, everybody's heard of it, but I started watching it this week and I wanted to talk about it because it's really impressed me, quite frankly. I always thought it was a bit of just a nothing show, but there's some very interesting moments in it that I want to talk about this week. Big thing happened here in Ashford this last week. We actually had snow. So we got a little clip of how I very maturely and grown-uply, that's redundant. I've got a clip of how I reacted to that. It's going to be good fun. So without further ado, this is In the Corner, episode 3. Here we go! And so first things first, the making of Harry Potter. It was a fantastic day out. We went up on Sunday and I took my video camera with me and basically, here's what happened. Credit to Marissa Mendez for being my fantastic camera woman. Enjoy! Good morning, everybody.
Ho, 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 it's magic, you know.
Today we are off to the Warner Brothers Studios making of Harry Potter. So we'll be taking you with us around the studio. Should be a good fun day. Harry Potter, let's go. Woo.
Never been away, hey, never seen a day break. Leaning on my pillow in the morning. Lazy day in bed, music in my head. Crazy music playing in the morning light. Ho, 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 it's magic, you know.
Oh.
It's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. I love a sunny day, dream of far away.
Considering you've got these ones right, you're going to do the secret ones that you never usually do.
Secret one. And now for move number 5, which is a sneaky move favoured by Death Eaters.
Leaning on my pillow in the morning light. Ho, 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 it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so.
Whoa, I'm beat, but I'm so full. I couldn't drink anything but a beer. Oh my god. That is amazing. Cut. Nah. Well guys, we're halfway through. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's brilliant. Love it. Loving it. Cheers. 3 more please. Do you want any?
Ho, 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 it's magic, you know.
And that's it, we're done. What a day. It's been amazing. If you've never been here before and you're in the England area, you really must make it a priority. It was great fun. And our bus has just arrived, so it's time to go. Full credit to my amazing camera woman today, Marissa Mendez. We are now JK rolling along. Turn it off. And now, weird weather. Well, I suppose not that weird. We've had all sorts of forecasts since December almost. There was going to be some snowfall this year. But the truth of the matter is we pretty much get those forecasts every freaking year in this country. And very rarely do they actually follow through. Well, 2017, they followed through with a bang. On the 12th of January and the 13th of January, we had a significant fall of snow. Nothing like inches and inches and inches, but it was certainly above standard for this area. And so, of course, as soon as I discovered that it was snowing, I grabbed the video camera and I rushed outside, and here is what happened.
And here we are in Ashford. It's snowing. Like, this is probably the heaviest snowfall I've seen since I moved to the UK. It is freezing cold. But check it out. It's like snowing. Look at this car over here. It's covered in snow. Look at this plant. It's covered in snow. Look at this bench. It's covered in snow. Everything's covered in snow. Oh my God, it's so cold. Look at my hat. Look at my hat. Look at my hat. Man, look at it. It's so heavy. It's just turning into like water as soon as it hits the ground. But, oh, I got stuff in my lens. Oh no. Oh, there it is. But look at it, it's so thick. Oh, it's landing on my hands and it's so cold. And there we go. Proper snow. Proper snow. Look at it building up on my arms and stuff. It's getting heavier. It's getting thicker, I swear to God. Look at that. It's like big proper like chunks of snow. This is amazing. This is amazing. Wow. Rad. Oh, it's a bit late for a white Christmas. Still take it. Oh God, but it's so cold though. I've completely lost feeling in the hand that's holding this camera, so I'm gonna go. Bye.
Now, questions. I have a few questions from some of my viewers. Throwing them out there for anyone that can answer them. They're for the general ponderment of the viewers out there, so go ahead and have a think. If you actually know the answer to any of these questions, by all means, submit them. First of all, I had a question from one of my listeners regarding the saying, Bob's your uncle. You know the saying, and Bob's your uncle, that's done. She would like to know who had the uncle called Bob, and how did that conversation even happen? I'd be very curious to know, because what if his name was different? Imagine if our saying would be, and John's your uncle, and Tim's your uncle. No, it doesn't work. And my other question from viewer this week is a little bit on the creepy side, if I say so myself, but they would like to know what happens to amputated limbs. Basically, she was watching a TV show and someone had their hand cut off in an accident. Where does that hand go? Pretty sure you can't just chuck it in the recycling, even though technically it would be biodegradable. It must be someone's job to dispose of the hand. So, by all means, if you know the answer to anyone out there working in the medical industry, please write and let us know, because now we're all scratching our heads. Yeah, so there's that. Now, the show. Right, okay, so this week I have started watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air.
I know a lot of people are going, what? Now? Man, come on, 21st century, please. It's just not something that's ever appealed to me, because quite frankly, I just thought it was a silly comedy show. However, I've really started enjoying it, not just because it was very entertaining, but also because it is quite interesting, some of the moves they made. I don't think I'm even halfway through the first season yet, and already I have admired their attempts to make a serious political statement. For example, I believe it was something like episode 4 or 5. The show had not even been on for 4 or 5 weeks, where they actually made a really serious episode. Basically, Will Smith and Carlton, who's played by Alfonso Ribeiro, characters in the show if you don't know, they get pulled over while driving a really nice car. The story is that they've been asked to drive this really expensive car from Bel-Air down to Palm Springs, and they got pulled over on the way by a policeman, and through a comedy of errors got arrested. Now, this was all very lighthearted and joking and what have you, but they finished the episode on a really serious note, making comment on the fact that they were two black guys driving a very expensive car, and perhaps if they weren't two black guys, they may not have been pulled over in the first place. It was entirely valid. That is kind of what the story was saying. It was a very blunt and obvious statement. And I was really quite surprised that they made such a political statement so early in the game. You know, they're still trying to get the show going and accrue fans and things like that, and yet they came out and made such a bold statement like that. I was very, very impressed. And so I've done a bit of reading into The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I've got a few other facts that I think are very interesting that I'm not sure you may know these. I'm just learning them because I'm like, this is amazing. But firstly, Will Smith only got involved because he was so in debt. He obviously busted on the scene as the Fresh Prince with all of his CDs and his music. He mismanaged his income, ended up being in debt to the IRS for $2.8 million, and that was the only reason he signed on to do the show. The first 3 seasons, there was only 6 The first 3 seasons, 70% of his income went to the IRS. Boom! So, kids, don't cheat the tax man, because he'll come and get you. One of the most valuable pieces of advice I've ever been given in my life was from a uni lecturer who was basically a complete stoner, but he came out with this gem. You should never cheat the tax man. However, you should never let him keep money that's not his. So there. The Carlton dance. Right? Apparently was inspired by Courtney Cox in Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark music video. And Eddie Murphy's White Man dance from his Delirious comedy video.
Y'all got one dance y'all can do. Y'all can do this shit like this.
According to this, the world's largest ever flash mob dance featured the Carlton dance. Will Smith met his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, when she auditioned for a role on the show, which she didn't get. And relating to this episode of In the Corner, in August 2012, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air surpassed the Harry Potter series as the top choice of entertainment for the prisoners in Guantanamo Bay. It's a claim to fame. But yes, I'm really enjoying the show. Relationship goals. I want a relationship like Uncle Phil and Aunt Vivian. They're fantastic together. And quite frankly, James Avery is brilliant. He is such a good actor. Uncle Phil in this show, he really holds it together. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So, if you've not seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, do get on it because it's fantastic. It is on Netflix, so it's pretty easy to watch. Those of you that obviously have seen it, big fans of the show, I am with you. I get it now. I'm with you. I get it. Last but not least, my song of the week this week, guys. I'm not going to tell you the name again. This time, not to build up the suspense, more because I actually don't know what it's going to be yet. So the story is, I've started learning a new song, and I really like it, and I'm hoping I'll be able to play it on Sunday, but in all honesty, I'm not entirely sure I'll get it together in time, in which case I will play a song that I'm much more familiar with and will be more comfortable playing for you guys. If that's the case, don't worry, the song that I am learning this week will come up once I'm a little bit more comfortable with it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Enjoy the rest of your week and your coming weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for the Song of the Week. And after that, we'll see you next week when we come back to have a chat in the corner. See you later.